Hey Lions, happy Thursday. Oh, I messed it up, hold on. It is Thursday, our day, best day of the week. I hope you're having a wonderful week so far. I've missed you guys and I hope you enjoyed the snow and all the great things that happened in the past few weeks. This week's lesson, we are going to be continuing talking about Mr. Monet. Now last week I had you watch a video about his life and the things that he really loved, and I asked the question, and I wanted you to I asked the question to please pay attention to things that he loved and what he painted. So the answer to those questions, if you didn't already know, is that he loved nature and that he loved to paint nature. So he loved water lilies. Later in his life, it talked about him, buying a house, and he built a garden and had this pond with this beautiful bridge and all these water lilies, which grow on lily pads, which what lives on a lily pad, ribbit, ribbit, a frog. And this week I thought it would be fun for us to create our own water lilies. Now we're going to need a few different sheets of paper today, and we're going to be using some marker to create watercolor if you don't have watercolors. And we're going to be talking about a few different things like texture. Remember how something feels. So I wore my velvety top so that you can kind of see that this feels soft and smooth. That's a good texture. And then we're also going to be talking about crayon resist, how our crayons, we can color with them and watercolor over, and the crayon will still show through. We're going to be talking about variety, having a variety of different things, which means that you have different types of things. If I have a variety of foods, that means I have a bunch of different types of foods. But same thing kind of goes with art. We want to have a variety of different types of art and different types of materials that we're using. So we're going to be doing a little bit of painting, a little bit of coloring, a little bit of cutting and gluing this project, and it's going to take a little bit of time, but we'll get it done. So I'm really excited that you're here. I can't wait to see you guys, and I can't wait to see your artwork. This week is a building stage, which means that we're going to be building up to our project. So I can't wait to see your stuff. But here comes the how-to video. I hope you're having a great week, Lions. See you soon. Bye. Hey Lions, welcome back to your how-to tutorial. Today you're going to need a few things. We're going to be using some crayons. We are also going to be needing 3 sheets of paper, which we're going to color on, and I'm going to show you everything we need to do, which you can see here. At some point for this project, we are going to need glue and scissors. And you may also need a pencil today, okay? So paper, crayons, pencil, glue, and scissors. We may not get to the glue and scissors this week, but that's a-okay. All right, my friends, so we are creating our Monet lily pads. Now, you can see I have 3 different pages with drawings on them. I'm going to show you what we're going to be doing here, but this is what all of your papers should look like by the end of today, okay? So we are going to start with the lily pads themselves. Now I'm going to flip this paper over so I can show you how I created these. Now in my crayon selection, I'm going to choose a few colors of greens. I'm going to choose a light green, kind of a regular green color, and then a dark green, like a forest green, and then maybe even a different green that looks like it has a little more yellow in it or gold in it. So I have 4 different greens. If you don't have 4 different greens, no worries, don't stress, just use the greens that you have. All right, so Mr. Monet painted lots and lots of lily pads in his beautiful pond in his garden. Now, lily pads come in all shapes and sizes. They can be circles, they can even be ovals, and they can also be almost like this Pac-Man shape. Okay, if you know what Pac-Man is the game, the little video game. Now, I am going to take one of my greens. Okay, I'm going to put these over here. And I'm going to start on my paper with a oval. Okay, I want a full one. Okay, let me make sure you can see that. Yes, you can. And then I'm also going to come over here and start with 2 other lily pads because we're making 3 lily pads today. Now I'm going to start with the letter C, C as in cat, okay? Now, I want to close this just a little bit more. I'm going to make it to where the ends of the C come in just a little bit more, almost like we're closing a circle. And then I'm going to add the letter V. Okay, who knew we'd use the alphabet in art? So I've got my little Pac-Man shape. I started with the letter C, closed it a little bit more, and added a letter V. I'm gonna grab a different color green and I'm gonna do it one more time, but this time I'm gonna make my C backwards. Now, if you struggle with that or you have some trouble with that, go ahead and just continue making another one just like this. Now I'm going to make my letter C, but backwards. And I'm going to close my circle a little bit more and create the letter V, okay? Now I've got my 3 shapes. I've got a full lily pad, I've got 2 smaller ones, and they're all in different greens. And now I'm gonna come in and add some texture, okay? Because lily pads aren't just smooths, they have veins and they have stems and different things that almost like leaves have. And so we wanna add some texture. So I'm gonna grab some different greens and I'm going to start from the middle and I'm gonna add some different designs because we're gonna end up watercoloring over these, whether it's you have watercolors or you use markers and water like we've used before. Let's see here. I'm going to add some fun texture with lines. You guys know about lines. I will add my line chart for you guys at the end of the video. And then I'm gonna grab, let's see here, this green, and I'm just gonna do a circle in this one, a few different circles. Okay, looks like a bullseye. So I've got my 3 lily pads done, and now I'm ready to move on to my next piece of paper. So we're gonna make the flowers on the lily pads 3D. So we're gonna end up drawing them, cutting them out, coloring them on both sides, and then I'm gonna show you how to glue them down and make them pop off of your lily pad after we watercolor, okay? So I'm gonna move on. You're gonna need another piece of paper today, and we're gonna be creating our flowers. Now, I've already created these, so I'm gonna flip this over and show you how I created these. Now, I picked bright colors, pinks, oranges, reds, yellows, those are white, even white, but we're not gonna do white because your paper's already white. We wanna add some color. Those are some really great colors for lily pads, or the flowers, the water lilies, which Mr. Monet is very famous for, his water lilies. So I have a pink, a yellow, a red, and an orange. I'm going to flip this over, okay, so that you can see it. And I wanna make 3 different flowers. So like I did here, I created a flower that looks kind of like a normal flower that we draw. I have one that's a little bit more spiky, and then I have one that's a little bit, has longer petals. You can create 3 of your own flowers. They can all be the same if you'd like, but I'd like to have some variety, which is one of our art words, to just add some different things into our artwork. Okay, so I'm gonna take for this one the same type of colors because yellow can be kind of hard to see on the camera. And I'm going to start with that kind of spiky flower. And it's almost like we're drawing a star, okay? I have my spiky flower and I'm going to color that in. And we are going to 3-star color, always, always, always. Making sure we are coloring in the lines and not leaving any white spaces to our best ability. All right, I'm gonna move on to my next one. So I did my spiky one. If you wanna do the same one again, I totally understand. I'm going to do a more normal flower that, you know, we learned how to draw. Okay, and then I'm also going to do a pink one that has a little bit longer petals, almost like a daisy. Now, if you need someone to help you, that's perfectly fine too. But try your best. Now we're gonna color these in, and then we're gonna move on to the last paper today. Okay, so this is done here. I'm going to move on to my last paper. Now, this last paper, this is going to be our background, okay? Now, this one, I don't necessarily want you to change colors. I want you to stick to blue, okay? This is where we're going to glue everything on. Like, this is our background paper. Now, we are going to watercolor over this paper, but for now, we're going to focus on adding some texture and some design for the crayon resist. Now, remember, oil and water don't mix, or wax and water don't mix. So, when we are coloring with the crayon and then we watercolor over, the crayon is still going to show through. We're not going to have to worry about the paint covering the crayon. So, that's why we want to add some texture, because it makes the paper look really neat. So I'm going to flip this over, and you can see here that we did circles. You're welcome to choose any kind of shape you'd like, but I think the circles remind me more of water, and when you like drop something in the water and there's ripples and they ripple, ripple, ripple. So I'm going to pick a few blues out of my crayon box here. I've got a dark blue, an aqua, and then I'm going to do a robin's egg blue. So if you have just a few blues, that's fine. You can use the same one as well if you'd like. Now, we want to continue going and talking about sizes. So if we look back at this one right here, we are looking at a Papa Bear, Mama Bear, Baby Bear. Okay? Papa Bear, Mama Bear, Baby Bear. Now, remember what that means? It just means the different sizes. So a Papa Bear is going to be a big size. So a bigger circle. The Mama Bear is going to be more of a medium size, like these two. And a Baby Bear is going to be the smaller sizes. So I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to add a few different things here. I'm going to start with some Papa Bear sizes. Okay. I really only want 2 Papa Bear sizes. And I'm going to grab a different colored blue and add some Mama Bear medium sizes. Okay, and you can even do half a circle to make it go off the page. Okay, and then I'm going to come in and grab little circles for the Baby Bear circles. And I'm going to add those all around my paper. Now, we want to fill in these. Now, they look like bubbles right now, which is fine, but I want to add more texture. So I'm going to take some different colored blues and just start to fill in another circle inside of the big Papa Bear one. Okay, and then I'm going to grab this different color and add a different one, and then a smaller one. Okay, so it almost looks like a bullseye or a target. And now I'm going to do this all the way around my paper, okay? All the way around. Okay. Now it doesn't have to be perfect. There's no such thing as perfect. You all know that. Unless it's done by a computer, of course. But I just want you to try your best to create these Papa Bear, Mama Bear, Baby Bear sizes. And we are repeating our same pattern, which is the circle all the way through. And we are also focusing on our sizes, our Mama Bear, Papa Bear, Baby Bear sizes. Okay. All right. So, my friends, for this week, all I want you to focus on are these 3 things right here, okay? I want you to create your lily pads, your flowers, and your background. Everything else we're going to do next week, which includes the watercolor and the cutting and gluing, okay? So, have fun creating. I enjoyed Mr. Monet's video. I enjoyed learning about his life and learning about his beautiful gardens, which you can still go see today. His house and his gardens are still open. And yeah, so you guys enjoy creating today. I can't wait to see what you've done. Just simply take a picture like this. Show me that you have created your 3 papers. Upload it to Schoology, of course, and I will see you soon. Bye.